Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. Today, we're going to do a full MERCABA activation. And I'm so excited. If you've listened to previous meditations on the Reality Revolution, we have done a MERCABA activation on different levels. And I wanted to do a more complete meditation where we really focus on the MERCABA and its activation. I highly recommend that you pretty much read everything ever written by Drunvalo Melchizedek, one of the best writers, an amazing author, who, by the way, fills in the gap of a lot of information that's not in the Law of One, and it's completely consistent. All the information he's giving is consistent with what's in the Law of One about the history of the earth. So you will find very, very interesting information if you read The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, the Mayan Ouroboros. Those two books in particular. The Serpent of Light is also really good. Drunvalo Melchizedek was also a physicist like Vadim Zeland and lived an entire life that he remembers like Sadhguru. And his lectures are very, very good. I recommend that you check them out on YouTube. One meditation that he developed is the MERCABA meditation. And as he explains, there's nobody that has this meditation. It is the way reality works. So I've been experimenting with this, and I wanted to see how the Plat interacts with the MERCABA. And if you check out the Quantum Jump to the New Earth meditation, we do a MERCABA activation. There is 8 cells that are in your lower chakra that have an electrical circuit in your body, according to Melchizedek. And if you cleanse these electrical circuits at the beginning, then you develop an energy ball and slowly begin to visualize this MERCABA, which is 2 tetrahedrons. And if you move them in a certain way, you can eventually, if you were to look at it and know what your light body looks like, it looks like a galaxy. It looks like Sombrero Galaxy in its proportions. And when we look at history, we hear about stories of aliens traveling here in MERCABAs. The MERCABA is an incredible spiritual vehicle that is composed of your own auric energies and field. It may be the secret link that we need to properly jump to the new earth. And I started experimenting with it. And I will have to say, this reminds me of when I learned how to use the plate. When I started using that technique from transurfing, I started having big changes in my reality. Now that I've added the MERCABA to that, it is a quantum jump even further in my abilities to manifest different realities. The word MERCABA means mer, which is light. Ka means spirit, and ba means body. It is the shape of a solid third-dimensional 6-pointed star, also known as a star tetrahedron. The top half of the star, a pyramid point, upwards, represents humankind rising up to God, while the lower part of the star, pyramid, points downward and represents God reaching down to humankind. The Jewish religion believes that the MERCABA represents a divine chariot. The Bible's Old Testament mentions in Ezekiel, there's these crazy visions of Ezekiel of a chariot, flying machines of 4 circles, flown by cherubim, driven by a likeness of man. Alchemists believe that this is describing a MERCABA or time machine. Others theorize that it is related to our DNA pattern. The central diamond shape of the MERCABA is said to represent the diamond symbol that God assigned to the people of Judah. The symbol also has been used by Hindu, Christian, and Islam. When the MERCABA is activated around a human body, it extends out 55 feet. Within the MERCABA, your psychic powers and spiritual contact is greatly increased. It can also be a protective barrier between yourself and any dangers. In modern spiritual philosophies, the MERCABA represents a type of personal flying saucer or spirit vehicle with the power to travel interdimensionally and increase your spiritual powers. This is why this symbol has been used by so many religions and cults throughout countless millennia. It can be constructed by thought, and with the highest spiritual intent, it can be used to time travel, astral travel, interdimensional travel, and link into the cosmic grid for manifestation and increased healing and psychic abilities. It's a game changer for me. It goes beyond just awakening your chakras. It appears to be linked to your chakras. In this special living field of psychic light, you can travel interdimensionally to the higher levels of awareness and connect to the Christ consciousness grid. On each level are unique psychic and spiritual powers accessible only there. For instance, on the pearlescent or third upper level, you can travel to and access the Akashic records where all known information is stored. If we are going to become a social memory complex, as discussed in The Law of One, in my interview with Jim McCarty, he likened it to the Akashic records becoming conscious. We will have to access a MERCABA and then access this field, the pearlescent or third upper level. You can also use the MERCABA vehicle to manifest to you any objects or situations that you desire, using the unique abilities and qualities of the cosmic grid. It is wise to use this carefully and without greed. Using the MERCABA vehicle, you can heal yourself and others of pain, illness, and suffering. It's very useful. It can be used for astral travel. It's an important part of our divine mission. And if you're a starseed, it may link up to some advanced portion of yourself and awaken memories that you have locked within inside of you. It is very popular for people who believe that they are starseeds because they access memories of activating this MERCABA. The Egyptian Mystery School studied all the varied aspects of the human experience, more than we could possibly speak of here. But the one aspect that was central to the entire Egyptian training in the mysteries was the MERCABA. Now, the Egyptian training may have come from Ra, because when you read that, remember, Ra traveled to Egypt in the Law of One. The MERCABA, the human light body, was everything. Without this knowledge and experience, the other worlds were impossible to reach from their understanding. MERCABA has the same meaning in several languages. In Zulu, it is pronounced just like in English. The spiritual leader of the Zulus, Credo Mutwa, says his people arrived here from space on a MERCABA. In Hebrew, it is the MERKAVA, and it means both the throne of God and a chariot, a vehicle that carries the human body and spirit from one place to another. In Egyptian, the word MERCABA is actually three words. Mer is special kind of light, a counter-rotating field of light. Ka means spirit. At least here on earth, it is the connotation of the human spirit, and Ba means the interpretation of the reality, which here means the human body. When you add these words together, my understanding of MERCABA is a counter-rotating field of light that will interact and translate the body and the spirit from one world into another. Though it is really much more, it is the creation pattern itself through which all that exists has originated. You know this, it's nothing new to you. You just forgot for a moment in time. According to Drunvalo Melchizedek, you have used the MERCABA a zillion times as your lives have unfolded throughout the creation of space, time, and dimension. And you will remember again, just as you need it. Let it be known that you can recreate or activate your light body without this knowledge, according to Melchizedek. You can recreate it with love and faith alone. And for some people, that is the only way, through a sort of intuition. Melchizedek says that the MERCABA is a male way of understanding how to change dimensions, which the female perspective is more intuitional and instinctual. The female pathway is more intact within Earth's biosphere, according to him. It is the male that now needs balance so desperately. So we will begin with the innermost points of energy, the chakras and the aura, and slowly move outward with this meditation. This is a lot of information to start a meditation off of, but I thought it would be important for you to understand. The missing half of understanding the MERCABA is the experience of it. That was it for me. I didn't understand until I experienced it, and it can only be experienced when you are immersed in love, as I have found. Even in his book, he talks about things like Egyptian sex magic and how this could be related. It amplifies the love and the energy in your body. Love is more than just necessary. Love is the very life of the MERCABA, according to Drunvalo. He says that the MERCABA is actually alive. It is nothing less than you, and you are alive. The MERCABA is not something separate from you. It is you. It is the energy lines that allow the life force, the prana, the chi to flow into you and from you back to God. It is your very connection to God. It is that which links you and God together as one. According to Drunvalo, love is half of the light that is swirling around you. Knowledge is the other half. When love and knowledge become one, the Christ will be present always. He explains that all levels of consciousness in the universe are integrated by a single image in sacred geometry. It is the key to time, space, and dimension, as well as consciousness. Emotions and thoughts are based on sacred geometry. Each level of consciousness, there's an associated geometry that completely defines how that specific level of consciousness will interpret the one reality. Each level is a geometrical image or lens that spirit looks through to see the one reality, resulting in a completely unique experience. Even the spiritual hierarchy of the universe is geometrical in its structure, copying nature. First, there is the energy flow through the chakras, and from the chakras, the meridians reach each cell in the body. Then there is the prana field close to the body, generated by the chakra meridian energy flow. Next, there is the auric field that extends out a few feet off the surface, generated by thoughts, feelings, emotions, and surrounded by an egg-shaped energy field, the same kind of egg-shaped energy field that is described by Vadim Zeland and is described by Carlos Castaneda. Our past, that we begin to see the geometric fields of light that make up the bulk of the human light body. The MERCABA is a potential of geometric fields of light and is created through consciousness. It does not happen automatically, except over a very long period of evolution. And at this moment in history, less than 0.1% of humanity has a living MERCABA. Perhaps with this meditation we can change that dramatically. The human being is surrounded by numerous geometric fields of energy that are electromagnetic in nature within this dimension. The MERCABA extends into all possible dimensions, and in each dimension uses the laws of that dimension to manifest. If you have been on Earth and did not recently come from somewhere else, if you're not a starseed, your MERCABA has been dormant for 13,000 years. So it has been a very long time since your body has sensed this experience. This breathing practice will reestablish the living MERCABA around your body. The practice functions much like a spinning wheel that has to be spun every so often to keep it spinning. In a MERCABA, however, eventually the repeated spinning begins to take on a life of its own. And at one point in the practice, the spinning will continue indefinitely, but it takes time. The state of the MERCABA is now being called a permanent MERCABA, which means a person is what is called a conscious breather. A conscious breather is someone who, with a permanent MERCABA, who is consciously aware of the MERCABA breath. To be clear, the daily practice of this meditation to construct a living MERCABA field around your body. But the practice will someday be stopped and replaced by conscious breathing. However, there are very definite problems that can occur if you stop doing the practice before it's permanent. Drunvalo warns. Your ego may say to you, "Oh yes, I am sure that my MERCABA is permanent," when in fact it is not. If you stop doing the practice too early, then your MERCABA will stop living after about 47 to 48 hours. So how can you tell if it is permanent? This is difficult for some people because when you are beginning, the energy of the MERCABA is very subtle. If you've been doing the MERCABA for more than 1 year and you find that you are aware of your MERCABA many times a day, then it is fairly certain that it is permanent. If you are in contact with your higher self and you are sure of it, then simply ask. However, one thing is also for certain. If you stop doing your practice and you find that you have not even thought of or remembered your MERCABA for several days, then you must begin again. Once you are a conscious breather, you will remember the MERCABA every day. That's the point where you end. There are 17 breaths to reach completion. The first 6 are for balancing of the polarities within your 8 electrical circuits and for the cleansing of these circuits. The next 7 are quite different, are to establish a proper pranic flow through your chakra system and to recreate what is called spherical breathing within your body. The 14th breath is unique. It changes the balance of pranic energy in your body from 3rd dimension to 4th dimension awareness. The last 3 breaths recreate the counter-rotating fields of the living MERCABA within and around your body. The 18th breath is what I believe is required for the quantum jump. Drunvalo Melchizedek says that your higher self will give you the exact breath. I will leave a portion in this meditation for you to ask your higher self for the breath. The biggest thing to understand about quantum jumping, which is the idea of jumping into another parallel reality that you create in your mind. I believe by creating this field that allows you to jump into these realities. That's why it's important. But the key to quantum jumping is that your higher self has control of you. So if you are trying something and it doesn't seem to be working, that means your higher self is blocking you from it. So there is part of this process is a communication and understanding of the higher self. So we try to let the ego be purified with the higher self. So we can mark it here. The rest of this will be the MERCABA activation, and you can start here the next time that you try this. But I thought it was important to go over this information so you understood what we're about to do. When Drunvalo Melchizedek did these seminars, they would go on for days before he did this meditation. It is an advanced meditation. So we're also adding an additional advanced technique of the plait. Now the plait is the energy cord that's attached to the back of your head, and you can use this to load up realities in your universe that you're in now. I recommend doing the recapitulation meditation before this, or a version of it, to let go of stuff from your past when you do a quantum jump, because you'll end up being stuck somewhere close to your current reality. In your mind, I want you to visualize thousands of threads that are connected to different portions of your memory that create your overall reality. Your reality is your memory of what you are. Going back to school, going back to early memories, all of that locks you in. And there is something called an assemblage point behind you, located oftentimes lower your middle of your back. When the plat or energy cord is activated, as Neville Goddard says, God is lodged in the back of our head, then that is the one that powers us into a brand new entire reality. So by creating the MERCABA beforehand, when we do a jump, we're doing one jump. So I will leave a little period of time before the jump while we're in the MERCABA to visualize and manifest the reality that you want. In that time, it's important that you build up the feelings, because the feelings are easier to identify. The heart is what powers this change and this quantum jump. So find a place to sit down and just begin to relax. I suggest that you do this sitting down. Use a pillow to support your spine. If you're sitting on the floor, if you're in a chair, put your feet flat on the floor and keep your back straight. If you are standing, find your center of gravity and slightly sway or move as your body wishes. For this meditation, a very dark place is best. The darker, the better. In fact, in the beginning, you could wear a mask. Even a candle could interfere with this meditation. Once you've done it several times, it's not as important. You can wear a mindfold or mask to create this darkness. So now I want you to close your eyes and begin to breathe rhythmically, so that the length of time that you're breathing in is the same as you're breathing out. Breathe gently, comfortably. Follow your breathing pattern and let go of your thoughts of your world. Just forget your world and worries for a while. Follow your breathing for a few minutes. There is no hurry. Where you are about to go, there is no time. Right now, I want you to visualize the building that you're in, surrounded by beautiful, golden, white light of the divine source, entering in through the doors and windows, filling this building in its entirety, dispelling all negativity, and totally protecting you. Ask your spiritual guardian only to let those through of the highest vibration and intent. State that you will always use your spiritual psychic gifts for the highest good. Now imagine yourself inside a protective egg shape of golden white light. Let your attention shift to a place on earth that you feel is the most beautiful place in the world. It could be anywhere, a mountain scene with trees, lakes and rivers, or an arid, sandy desert with almost no life. Whatever you perceive as beautiful, see as much detail as you can. For example, if your place is a mountain scene, see the mountains and the white billowing clouds. See and sense the forest and the trees moving with the wind. See the animals, the deer and elk, little rabbits and squirrels. Look down and see the clear water of the rivers. Begin to feel love for this place and for all of nature. Continue to grow into this space of love with nature until your heart is beating with the warmth of your love. When the time feels right, send your love to the center of the earth, using your intention, so that Mother Earth can directly feel the love you have for her. You can place your love into a small sphere to contain it and send it to the Mother if you wish. But your intention is what is so important. Then wait. As a child, wait until the Mother Earth sends her love back to you and you can feel it. Right now. You are her child, and I know she loves you. As your mother's love enters your body, open completely, allowing this love to move anywhere throughout your body. Let it enter all of your cells. Let it move throughout your light body. Let it move wherever it wishes to move. Feel this beautiful love your mother has surrounded you with, and remain in this union with Mother Earth until it feels complete. At the right moment, which only you can know, without breaking the love union with your mother. Look to your Father, to your Heavenly Father. Look to the rest of creation, beyond the earth. Place your attention on a night sky. See the Milky Way as it meanders across the heavens. Watch the planets and the moon swirl around you and the earth. Feel the sun hidden beneath the earth. Realize the incredible depth of space. Feel the love you have for the Father, for the Divine Father is the spirit of all creation, except the Divine Mother. And when this love becomes so great that it just can't stay inside of you any longer, let it move into the heavens with your intention. Again, you can send your love into the heavens inside a small sphere, if you wish. Send it to the unity conscious grid around the earth. If you don't know what it is, don't worry. There's a part of you that does. Send your love to the sun. Like this unity grid, the sun is connected to all the other suns or stars and to all life everywhere. Once your love has been sent into the heavens to the Divine Father, again, you wait. You wait for the Father to send His love back to you. And of course, He will always do so. You are His child forever, and the Divine Father will always love you. And just like with the mother's love, when you feel the love of the Divine Father enter your being, let it move anywhere it wants to. It is your Father's love, and it is pure. At this moment, something that rarely happens is manifesting. The Holy Trinity is alive on earth. The Divine Mother and the Divine Father are joined with you in pure love. And you, the Divine Child, complete the triangle. From this place of pure love, open to the awareness of the presence of God, who is all around you and who lives within you. Simply be aware of and feel this union of cosmic forces and breathe the breath of life. Choose your way into the heart. Choose which way you wish to enter the sacred space of the heart, using the male vortex of the toroidal field or the female path of your intuition only. It doesn't matter which method you choose, it is completely up to you. With your intention and willpower, leave the mind and move down into the throat. Feel the throat all around you, and then move toward the physical heart. Rise up above the heart until your inner vision can see or sense the inner toroidal field, the vortex. Then, like a leaf on a river, let your spirit drift on the moving vortex in whichever direction it is rotating. Feel yourself spiraling around and around until you fall into the center of the vortex. Continue to fall until you feel the stillness. You are now in the sacred space of the heart. If you choose the female intuitive pathway, see or sense the heart approaching and move right through the membrane of the heart into its interior. Once inside, turn your movements over to your intuition and let yourself be guided directly to the sacred space of the heart. You are there. The first thing that you do is look around. If it is dark, which it very well might be, say in your inner world, "Let there be light," and watch or sense how the darkness turns into a world of light. Once you can see or sense the sacred space of the heart, become aware of the vibration, the sound that permeates this place. Listen to this sound for a while. When the time seems right, begin to actually make the sound. Hum, making a sound as close as possible to what you hear with your inner hearing. Try to duplicate it. Keep the humming sound going with your voice and begin to explore this holy space. Ask your guides to help you. Now visualize in your mind the etheric layer, which lies close to your body. It is about 1.3 centimeters, half an inch wide, and is either gray, white, or blue in color. Mentally connect it to your red Kundalini chakra at your root. Now visualize in your mind the emotional body, which lies beyond the etheric field and extends out 2.5 to 9 centimeters or 1 to 3 inches. It contains beautiful blobs of bright colors like yellow, green, and blue. Mentally connect it to your front and rear orange pelvic chakra openings. Now visualize in your mind the mental body, which lies beyond the emotional body. It extends out 19 centimeters or 7.5 inches from your body. It contains beautiful clear blobs of yellow, green, and blue. Mentally connect it to your front and rear yellow solar plexus chakra openings. Now visualize in your mind the astral body, which lies beyond the mental body. It extends out up to 30 centimeters or 1 foot from your body. It contains beautiful blobs of pastel pinks and blues. Mentally connect it to your front and rear green and pink heart chakra openings. Now visualize in your mind the etheric template, which lies beyond the astral field. It extends up to 2 feet from your body, or 60 centimeters. It contains beautiful gray and blue colors. Mentally connect it to your front and rear blue throat chakra openings. Now visualize in your mind the celestial body, which lies beyond the etheric template. It extends out 3 feet or 90 centimeters from your body. It contains beautiful mother of pearl colors. Mentally connect it to your purple front and rear third eye chakra openings. Now visualize in your mind the last layer of your aura, the causal body or etheric template, which lies beyond the celestial body. It extends 4 feet from your body. It contains beautiful golden shimmering colors. Mentally connect it to your top white crown chakra. Your protective eggshell of light is on the outermost surface of this layer. You've now opened all of your 7 chakras, front and rear, connected them to the 7 layers of your aura. You are now glowing with energy and light, as all of your chakras and auras are now fully active by your own intention. Now visualize a silver cord extending up from your crown chakra into infinity. This is your silver cord which attaches you to the higher dimensions. Gently send your consciousness up the silver cord, just a few centimeters, even just a little bit, until you reach a beautiful magenta colored chakric light. Enter into that magenta light and find yourself in a beautiful magenta colored room. Bathe in the magenta light. Now gently send your consciousness up the silver cord just a few centimeters until you reach a beautiful aqua-colored chakric light. Enter into that aqua light and find yourself in a beautiful aqua-colored room, bathe in the aqua light for a few moments. Now gently send your consciousness up the silver cord a few centimeters until you reach a beautiful pearlescent colored chakra light. Enter into that pearlescent light and find yourself in a beautiful pearlescent colored room. Bathe in this light. Now gently send your consciousness up the silver cord just a few centimeters until you reach a beautiful gold colored chakra light. Enter this gold light and find yourself in a beautiful gold-colored room and bathe in it. Finally, send your consciousness up the cord a few centimeters more until you reach a beautiful warm black-colored chakra light. Enter into that black velvetyness and find yourself in a beautiful black womb-like room. Now it is time to gently come down the silver cord and down through the different upper chakric layers. Come down through the gold level, down through the silver, down through the pearlescent, into the pearlescent colored room. Relax and begin to meditate in the pearlescent colored room. Feel yourself inside a three-sided pyramid point in the ground below you. Beginning with your base chakra and slowly rise to your crown chakra, red, orange, yellow, green, pink, blue, purple, and white or indigo and violet. Slowly feel each chakra rotating and becoming active, sending out its color to the corresponding auric layer. Now intermingle all of these colors within the pyramid into one mixed color. Now visualize a similar sized pyramid a few centimeters above your head, pointing upwards. Visualize within this pyramid the upper chakra colors. The colors of magenta, aqua, pearlescent, silver, gold, and black. Now visualize the lower pyramid rising up with you inside it, and the upper pyramid coming down to form a diamond shape. Then allow the two pyramids to pass through each other to form a MERCABA vehicle shape, a three-dimensional, six-pointed star. Now mix all the colors together, creating a silvery purple-gray color. You don't have to hold on to this visualization yet. You've created the structure and the beginning. Now, join your thumb and forefinger together on each hand. Now, as you do this, we will begin with the first breath. Prior to the first breath, open your heart Bring your attention to your heart and feel love for all life. If you cannot do this completely, you must at least open to this love as much as possible for you. This is the most important instruction of all. Become aware of the sun or male tetrahedron, the apex facing upward to the sun, with a point facing to the front for males, and for females a point facing to the back. See this sun tetrahedron filled with brilliant white light surrounding your body. The color of this brilliant white light is the color of lightning, as you see it coming from a thundercloud. It is not only the color of lightning, but it is also the energy of lightning. Visualize it the best you can. If you cannot visualize it, sense or feel it surrounding you. Feel the sun tetrahedron filled with this energy. Now take the first breath. At the same moment, with your lungs empty, begin to breathe in a complete yogic breath. Breathe through your nostrils only, except at certain places. Simply breathe from your stomach first, then your diaphragm, and finally your chest. Do this in one movement, not three. The exhalation is completed either by holding the chest firm and relaxing the stomach, slowly releasing the air, or by holding the stomach firm and relaxing the chest. The most important point is that this breathing becomes rhythmic, meaning the same time duration in and out. Begin by using 7 seconds in and 7 seconds out, which is what the Tibetans use. As you become familiar with this meditation, find your own rhythm. The breaths can be as long as you are comfortable with, but should not be less than 5 seconds unless you have a physical problem and cannot do it that long. Then of course do the best that you can. Breathing through the nostrils, inhale steadily, filling the lower part of the lungs, which is accomplished by bringing into play the diaphragm, while descending exerts a gentle pressure on the abdominal organs, pushing forward the front walls of the abdomen, and fill the middle part of the lungs, pushing out the lower ribs, breastbone, and chest. Then fill the higher portion of the lungs, protruding the upper chest, thus lifting the chest, including the upper 6 or 7 pairs of ribs. The inhalation is continuous. The entire chest cavity, from lower diaphragm to the highest point in the chest, in the region of the collarbone, is being expanded with a uniform movement. Avoid a jerky series of inhalations and strive to attain a steady, continuous action. Practice will soon overcome the tendency to divide the inhalation into 3 movements and will result in a uniform, continuous breath. You'll be able to complete the inhalation in a few seconds after a little practice. Exhale quiet, slowly, holding the chest in a firm position and drawing the abdomen in a little and lifting it upward slowly as the air leaves the lungs. When the air is entirely exhaled, relax the chest and abdomen. And as you breathe out, become aware of love, become aware of the earth tetrahedron. That's the one with the point facing down. See this tetrahedron filled with brilliant white light. Keep the same position with your hands and fingers. Do not hesitate at the top of the inhalation. To begin the exhalation, exhale quite slowly for approximately 7 seconds in the yogic manner. When the air is out of the lungs without forcing, relax the chest and abdomen and hold the breath When you feel pressure to breathe, again after 5 seconds or so, then be aware of the flat equilateral triangle at the top of the earth, tetrahedron, located in the horizontal plane that passes through your chest at approximately 3 inches below the Christ chakra, or approximately at the solar in a flash with a pulse-like energy. Send that triangular plane down through the earth tetrahedron. Now, if you've continued to breathe, that's fine. You're clearing this circuit. If you end up doing more than one breath, it's just clearing the same circuit. It gets smaller as it gets down because it conforms to the shape of the tetrahedron and pushes all the negative energy of the mudra or electrical circuit out the tip or apex of the tetrahedron. A light will shoot out of the apex toward the center of the earth. This light, if you can see it, will usually be a muddy or dark color. Do not worry about this negative energy entering Mother Earth. She is fully able to assimilate this energy with no problem. Move your eyes slightly toward each other. In other words, slightly cross your eyes. Now bring them up to the top of their sockets by looking upward. This motion of looking up should not be extreme. You may feel a tingling sensation between your eyes in the area of your third eye. Now look down to the lowest point you can as fast as you can. You may feel an electrical sensation move down your spine. The mind and the body must coordinate with the eye movements. The eyes look down from the uppermost position at the same time the mind sees the triangular plane of the earth tetrahedron move down to the apex of the earth tetrahedron. It will naturally return to its normal position. This combined exercise will clean out the negative thoughts and feelings that have entered your electrical system in this particular circuit. Specifically, it will clean out the part of your electrical system associated with this particular mudra or hand placement you are using. Immediately after pulsing the energy down your spine, change the mudras to the next one and begin the entire cycle over again for the second breath. And we will do this for 5 breaths, and we will change our finger position. So now we will go to the second electrical circuit and the second breath. So you're going to join your second finger on each hand with your thumb, your middle finger and your thumb together. And you're going to begin to breathe in for 7 seconds. And you're going to rotate your eyes. You're going to cross your eyes slightly and point them upwards at your third eye. Pulling your chest up and then breathing out. Looking down as you breathe out. See the negative energy going out of the lower tetrahedron. That's the second circuit, and the second breath has been cleansed. Now we go to the third circuit in the third breath. Hold the thumb and third finger together and breathe in, using the same process as before. The third circuit is now cleared of all negative energy. Now, the thumb and little finger together, joining together, and breathe in, thinking of love and holding your attention in your heart, and breathe in. To the fifth circuit, the thumb and first finger together again as we did in the first breath, and breathe in. And breathe out. Now we'll go to the sixth circuit and the sixth breath, cleansing each circuit, eliminating all contamination of negative thought and energy. Holding the thumb and second finger together, we breathe in and out. Now, the first and second fingers touch together with the thumb and the palms up. And on the seventh breath, holding that love in our heart, you will begin to visualize or sense a pranic tube running through your body. The instant you begin the seventh in-breath, see a brilliant white light of prana moving up and down the tube simultaneously. This movement is almost instantaneous. The point where these two prana beams meet within your body is controlled by the mind. Direct the two beams of prana inside the tube to meet at your navel, within your body at the navel level. The moment the two beams of prana meet, a grapefruit-sized sphere of white light or prana is formed at the meeting point centered within the tube, exactly at this chakra. It all happens in an instant as you continue to take the seventh in-breath. The sphere of prana begins to concentrate and grow slowly larger. Keep this rhythm that you have with your breathing. Keep going and keeping it rhythmic. If you repeat a breath with the same, it's fine. But the seventh circuit has now been cleared. As you breathe out, the prana sphere centered at the navel continues to grow. By the time of the full exhalation, the prana sphere will be approximately 8 or 9 inches in diameter. Do not force the air out of your lungs. When your lungs are empty naturally, immediately begin the next breath. With the same hand position, breathe in. The prana sphere continues to concentrate life force, energy, and growth. And breathe out. The prana sphere continues to grow and will reach maximum size at the end of this breath. The maximum size is different for each person. If you put your longest finger at the edge of your navel, the line on your wrist that defines your hand will show you the radius of the maximum size of this sphere for you. This sphere of prana cannot grow larger. It will remain this size intact even when we expand another sphere beyond this one later. And breathe in. The sphere cannot grow larger, so the prana begins to concentrate within the sphere, causing it to grow brighter. The sphere grows brighter and brighter as you inhale. Breathe out, and as you exhale, the sphere continues to grow brighter and brighter. And breathe in. As you inhale, the 10th breath, the sphere of light in your stomach area will reach maximum concentration. Halfway into the 10th in-breath, at the moment of maximum possible concentration, the sphere will ignite and change color and quality. The electric blue-white color of prana will turn into the golden color of the sun. The sphere will become a golden sun of brilliant light. As you complete the 10th in-breath, this new golden sphere of light will rapidly reach a new and higher concentration. At the moment you reach full inhalation, the golden sphere of light in your body is ready for transformation. At the moment of exhalation, make a small hole with your lips and blow your air with pressure. Notice how your stomach muscles contract and your throat seems to open. In the first moment of this breath, you'll feel the sphere begin to bulge as you force the air through your lips. Then at the right moment, relax and let the remaining air out through your lips. At that moment, the sphere will immediately expand. At the moment of exhalation, the sphere of light bulges to expand. Combined with breath, your body is now completely enclosed in a huge sphere of brilliant golden light. You've returned to the ancient form of spherical breathing. However, at this point, the sphere is not stable. You must breathe 3 more times to stabilize the new golden sphere. You can use whatever mudra you want for your hands at this point. For men, left over right, you can lay your hands together in a relaxed position. But whatever mudra you feel fits for you works. And we will take 3 breaths now to stabilize this golden sphere. For breath 11, breathe in. And breathe out. And breath 12, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in for the 13th breath to stabilize this sphere. And breathe out. Now at the beginning of this next breath, using whatever mudra with your hands that you want, using your mind and your thoughts, move the point where the 2 beams of prana meet from your navel to about 2 or 3 finger widths above the bottom of the sternum, the 4th dimensional chakra of Christ consciousness. The entire large sphere, along with the original small sphere still contained within the large sphere, moves up to the new meeting point within the tube. Though this is very easy, it is an extremely powerful movement. Breathing from this new point within the tube will inevitably change your awareness from 3rd to 4th dimensional consciousness, or earth consciousness to Christ consciousness. It is inevitable as you do this more often. And allow for a comfortable rhythmic breath. Breathe rhythmically in a comfortable manner. Feel the flow. Use your feminine side to just be. Don't think, just breathe. Feel and be. Feel your connection to all life through Christ's breath. Now on the 15th breath, we breathe in unconditional love of all life being held in our minds. Our hands in whatever position we choose, and we be aware of the whole star tetrahedron. Each is composed of one sun tetrahedron interlocked with one earth tetrahedron. These two, the sun and earth tetrahedrons together, form the whole star tetrahedron. Now realize that there are 3 separate star tetrahedrons superimposed over each other. 3 complete sets of double star tetrahedrons that are exactly the same size and appear as one, but are actually separate. Each star tetrahedron is exactly the same size, and each star tetrahedron has a polarity of its own, either male, female, or neutral. Each star tetrahedron will turn or spin on the same axis. The first star tetrahedron is neutral in nature. It is literally the body itself, and it is locked in place at the base of the spine. It never changes its orientation except under certain rare conditions that have not been discussed. It is placed around the body according to the sex of the body. The second star tetrahedron is male in nature and electrical. It is literally the human mind, and it can rotate counterclockwise relative to your body, looking outward. To put it another way, it rotates toward your left, beginning from a point in front of you. The third star tetrahedron is female in nature and magnetic. It is literally the human emotional body, and it can rotate clockwise relative to your body, looking outward. It rotates toward your right, beginning from a point in front of you. So on the inhalation, and this will be the first intentional inhalation, with all of that explanation, the next time you do the meditation, you can just begin to do this. Say to yourself the mind code equal speed. This will start the 2 rotatable star tetrahedrons spinning in opposite directions at equal speeds. Your mind knows exactly what your intentions are and will do as you say. It has done it before. This means there will be a complete rotation of the mind tetrahedron for every complete rotation of the emotional tetrahedron. If one set goes around 10 times, the other set will go around 10 times. You can also use the mudra of the interlaced fingers, thumbs slightly touching. Continue your deep, rhythmic breaths. Make a hole again and breathe out in the same manner you did in the 10th breath. The 2 sets of tetrahedrons, as you're breathing out in this manner, with your mouth creating the pressure, they take off spinning. In an instant, they will be moving at exactly 1/3 the speed of light at their outermost tips. You will probably not be able to see this because of their tremendous speed, but you can feel it. What you have just done is start the motor of the MERCABA. You will not go anywhere or have any experience. It is just like starting the motor of a car, but keeping the transmission in neutral. It is an essential step in creating the MERCABA. Breathing in again. The 16th breath is the most amazing breath. On the in-breath, as you are inhaling, say to yourself in your mind, 34/21. This is the code for your mind to spin the 2 sets of tetrahedrons at a ratio of 35/21, meaning that the mind tetrahedrons will spin to the left 34 times while the emotional tetrahedrons will spin to the right 21 times. As the 2 sets speed up, the ratio will remain constant. These are Fibonacci numbers that activate different chakras at this speed. Make a small hole with your lips and blow out with pressure. It is at this point the speed increases. As you feel the speed increasing, let all the breath with force. This action will cause the higher speed to be fully obtained and the MERCABA to be formed in a stable position. And as you let the breath out, the two sets of tetrahedrons take off in an instant from their setting at 1/3 speed of light to 2/3 the speed of light. As they approach 2/3 light speed, a phenomenon occurs. A flat disk quickly extends from the original 8 cells within the body at the level of the base of the spine, beginning to form that galactic shape to a distance of about 55 feet in diameter, and the sphere of energy surrounded around the two sets of tetrahedrons creates with the disk a shape that looks like a flying saucer around the body. This energy matrix is called the MERCABA. However, this field is not stable. If you see or sense the MERCABA around you at this point, you will know it to be unstable. It will be slowly wobbling. Therefore, the breath number 17 is necessary to speed it up. Keeping your presence in your heart and remembering unconditional love for all of life, you breathe in and say to yourself the code 9/10 the speed of light. This tells your mind to increase the speed of the MERCABA to 9/10 the speed of light, which will stabilize the rotating field of energy. It will also do something else. The third dimensional universe we live in is tuned to 9/10 the speed of light. Every electron in your body is rotating around every atom in your body at 9/10 the speed of light. This is the reason this particular speed is selected. It will enable you to understand and work with the MERCABA in this third dimension without having to have fourth or higher dimensional experiences. Make a small hole in your lips and blow out with pressure as you feel the speed take off. Let your breath out with force. You are now in your stable, third dimensionally turned MERCABA. With the help of your higher self, you will understand what this really means. Your mind connects to all of the sacred geometries around you. And your mind connects to the energy field of the star tetrahedrons. You must see yourself inside the center of the real field that exists around your body. You can see this field or you can sense or feel it. It does not matter. For either way, you will connect the mind to the light body. The higher self knows everything that has ever been known by any life form anywhere, and everything is alive, and it knows everything that will ever happen in the future. Just like Mother Earth, except that it is for all the rest of creation. Once you are connected consciously to the lower and higher self, life becomes completely different. Imagine below you, for a moment, a black sphere, and above you, while you sit in your tetrahedron, a bright white light forms above your head that is a manifestation of your higher self. And see this black ball, which is your ego, which is you, coming up your right side of your body, going through this bright white sphere, and then down the left side of your body. And run it in that same pattern several times. Each time the black sphere gets a little bit lighter, cleansing it and making it more and more like the higher self. Just do this for a few moments. I think that doing this helps you to reach the 18th breath. uniting with your higher self. For the 18th breath, ask your higher self what that breath is. Your higher self may tell you right now. And bring it in. And then breathe out. While you're in this field, connect to the group mind of the earth, the social memory complex, the conscious Akashic record. All around the earth, the memories of our entire life experience on this planet. Tune into this field. Tune in to the cosmic grid around the planet. There are 83,000 pyramids that have been built in the past or future, with energy quadrants built into a tetrahedron and a MERCABA around the earth. And tune into that and see this vast MERCABA. Tune into the grid of Christ consciousness. Now, your light body is working perfectly. It's stable. This took a little bit of time, an explanation. As you get better at this, you can do it much faster. It's only 18 breaths. This is our activation. Eventually, you don't need to do it. But while we're here in this time right now, we're going to fall back through the assemblage point that connects the star tetrahedron to any particular reality. We can use this to jump into any reality, whatever you want. Your higher self will stop you if it's not for you. This needs to be in tune with your higher self. So it's very important that you choose a reality that will be in tune with your higher self. Have a conversation and ask permission to do this. And right now, imagine your wish fulfilled, whatever it is that you want, whatever reality that you want to jump into. Perhaps it's something you want to manifest, a new job, a new car. Perhaps it's a new experience that you want to have, a new love that you want to find, or it's something even greater. Let your imagination run wild, connecting to all the grid works all around you. Bring in the feelings. Add details and tones of reality. Feel it, taste it, and smell it. And for the next few moments, I want you to bask in this reality. Every second that you bask in this reality, an assemblage point begins to form. Once we're done, we're going to activate this energy cord and fall back through the assemblage in our tetrahedron in this reality. Do your very best to create the reality that you want, adding as much layers as you can for several minutes. All right, now we will do the fire breath to amplify our energy just in this moment, because we are connected directly with our pranic tube, and we will jump, holding this memory, this thought. You can see the energy form in the back of your head. Now, we're going to do 18 fire breaths. Jump. Feel the energy braid attached to the back of your head. Connect to the assemblage point behind you with the reality that you just created, and you fall back and enter into this reality now. Feel it. You have now jumped into this new reality. You are not in the same world anymore. You are in a new dimension, a new place, a new reality. You may notice little changes. Do your best not to get too worried about those little changes, because you're in a completely different reality. You will see changes. It is done. Now, just remain in your MERCABA and use it for whatever you want, or you can simply go on about your day. Your MERCABA is activated. And as I explained, if you begin to forget about it, then it may have already gone and diminished. So keep on doing this. I understand that this meditation is a little bit longer than normal, but I want it to be as thorough. I will use MERCABA in other future meditations, and it will not be as detailed as it is here. This is dedicated to this. But be aware, you're in a new entire reality, and everything has changed. Everything is going to happen in the way that you want. You've imagined something incredible, and now you've loaded up this movie and jumped there in your MERCABA and entered into this reality that exists right now. Your higher self in your mind will create a bridge of incidents to keep your mind rationally sane, manifesting a bunch of stuff to make it seem as if it was all natural and normal. But you have jumped into this reality. And you have an activated light body, which you can use to heal, which will enhance your manifestations, which changes everything. And you have adjusted your energy grid to the fourth density, fourth dimension. This means that you're standing and breathing the new earth right now. Welcome to the reality revolution.